Do you think that they have a handle on things? You know, because obviously the exporters are doing okay on the back of a weaker yen. You know, when we talk to people in Japan, they talk about how real estate, that market is doing fine. Property is seeing some value. Consumer, you can keep it on the side because obviously, as you pointed out, consumer sentiment is slightly weakish. But I wonder whether the authorities, the finance ministry, and the BOJ are meeting eye to eye on solving some of these crucial issues, especially when it comes to labor shortage in the region.
My personal not paid for view, which is worth what you paid for it, is, you know, having been here for 30 of the last 40 years, I actually see a Japanese government in toto. So the political, the economic machinery, the corporate leadership being far more focused on these problems and far more willing to address them, honestly, than at any time in the last 40 years. If we're going to have this type of crisis coming right now, I think Japan is far better prepared to deal with it. It might look a little bit dysfunctional on the outside. You know, the Kishida government ratings very low and political dysfunctionality, and nobody wants to be prime minister, et cetera, et cetera. But actually, as a guy who lives here day to day, and who interacts with different levels of Japanese, again, corporate, political society, I think Japan is really focused on the problems. It's actually a good thing that it's front page news, and they are thinking about it. They may not react, again, the way the Federal Reserve or the ECB or something is going to react, but it's going to be a Japanese solution, and I believe, I have a strong faith that when it comes time to enact that political willpower decision, they will do so.
Yes, and Ed, how, given all of these market uncertainties, how do you play this market? Because looking at the Nikkei 225, I mean, it's doing pretty well, above 40,000 today.
It is. Look, as a firm, how do we go and make money in this environment? Quite honestly, I think there's going to be an explosion of opportunity in the venture capital space. I think Japanese new businesses, I think the amount of money that the Japanese government has already started to put aside, by the way, to help finance growth in ways that they want growth. How do we attract foreign businesses here? How do you make it an attractive environment, such as it was in the late 80s, early 90s, when everybody felt they had to be in Japan doing business? Honestly, for most of the last 30 years, they felt they had to be in China doing business. Well, Japan, geopolitically, since February 2022, is in a different place. The importance of the U.S.-Japan relationship and the monetization impact of the importance of that relationship has dramatically changed. The opportunity set, what the Japanese government will write a check for to make it better for Japan, some of that absolutely plays out in investment opportunities where we're getting very significant exposure in the venture capital space. We're finding great new small young businesses that we think will be, I don't know if it's the Sony of tomorrow or the Toyota tomorrow or the Sharp or the Canon of tomorrow. I'm just kind of going off the list of names you just put up there. But somebody out there in Japan is creating new businesses that are desperate for funding, and we're happy to be in the forefront of that.